I want to tell you a story about a woman named Karen. It's not her real name. I want to protect the guilty. Karen was an old boss of mine. Nobody tried harder than her. We were working together at a tech nonprofit. To picture her, you have to picture the most tall, statuesque, well put together, confident white woman who's here to change tech. She was convinced that under her leadership, just like Sheryl Sandberg, she would be transforming tech. The only problem was that Karen talked down to everybody from all the ladders that she had climbed. She carried this hammer to smash the glass ceiling and didn't have any connection to any of the people, all the women that she wanted to get into computing jobs. My name is Kriz Bell. I'm a diversity, equity, and inclusion communication strategist, and I want to help you avoid the pitfalls that Karen had. So one night, after we've been working together for a while, I decided I'm going to take her to this event. It's an interracial sisterhood event. She insists on driving. We're in her Tesla. She's making it happen. She's on the phone. She's making it happen. And she's loud and just going at it. By the time we get off the freeway, her tone changes a bit. She hangs up her calls. She can see that half the streetlights don't work, that there are tents on the side of the road, and that all the faces are a lot darker than the ones she's used to seeing on the tech campus. She gets a little aggravated, but she's going to breathe it out that we can't find a parking space right in front. We find one a couple of blocks away. We get out of the car, and she's just hitting that clicker like mad to make sure her car is locked. We start walking. I notice that her keys are in between her fingers. She's clutching her purse. She's bumping into me to avoid anybody on the street. And she says, "Oh, I don't think I've ever been here at night." And I said, "Oh, I grew up not far from here. It's awesome." We get to the event. I'm with my people. I'm hugging, I'm kissing. I'm like, "Oh my God, I haven't seen you. This is so great. Congratulations on the event." And she just comes and grabs me and says, "What does this mean?" And I said, "Oh, preferred pronouns." So I help her. She doesn't know what that means. I get it on her name tag and I find us some seats in the middle so she doesn't try to make some hasty exit. And it's all going well. The speakers are doing their thing. We're hearing lived experiences, the people who have been lost potential because of systemic racism and the system is just not working for them. The change isn't happening fast enough to get them into tech jobs, creative jobs. And Karen taps me and says, "I'm not really sure why I'm here." And I said, "Just listen." So she keeps on listening. She's kind of squirming in her chair, but you can tell she's curious. By the end of the event, the head facilitator says, "And Karen, we haven't heard from you." And she goes on to, puts her suit around her and she tries to find her footing. And she says, "Well, I can tell you, thank you so much for having me here. I've been doing this work for a long, long time. And I can tell you, I've been the only one in the room, but never like this before." So namaste for having me. I'm so glad I got to come here because now I really get it and I know what to do. Thank you. She sits down. She gathers her things. We make our way to the car. It's a quiet ride home. She doesn't ask any questions. We don't really talk. But by the time I get into my car, I have a text from her and she says, "Oh, what a great event. I really needed that. I can see it. I really get it now. Thank you." The problem is that Karen doesn't really get it by then. She doesn't get that being in a room of people that you don't look like, that you don't understand, you can't make the change that they need unless you have a connection to them. So if you want to get over your good intentions and get into making some real impact, find me on LinkedIn and let's make some change happen together.